Imagine places on Earth so secret, so dangerous, or so sacred that humanity itself is forbidden to tread. These are not the whimsical settings of fiction, conjured from the depths of imagination, but tangible locations scattered across our very own planet. They exist as stark reminders that despite our technological prowess and insatiable curiosity, there remain thresholds we simply cannot cross. We are about to embark on a journey, exploring real locations worldwide, each shrouded in mystery and guarded by forces both seen and unseen. From ancient natural wonders that fiercely repel intruders to heavily fortified military zones where even a glimpse can invite dire consequences, these forbidden territories hold an undeniable allure. Consider, for instance, the pristine, untouched beauty of North Sentinel Island, a place where the indigenous Sentinelese tribe has lived in voluntary isolation for millennia, fiercely rejecting any contact with the outside world. Their arrows serve as a stark, undeniable warning to those who dare approach their shores. Contrast this with the chilling silence of Pripyat, the ghost city within the Chernobyl exclusion zone, where lingering radiation acts as an invisible, omnipresent guardian, ensuring human absence in a landscape reclaimed by nature. These two examples, vastly different in their origins and nature, perfectly encapsulate the concept of forbidden. What makes a place truly forbidden? It's a multifaceted question. Sometimes it's a government decree, born from national security concerns or the desperate need to protect ancient cultures. Other times it's environmental protection, safeguarding fragile ecosystems or unique species from human encroachment. And occasionally, the reasons are far more ancient, rooted in deeply held spiritual beliefs or even the lingering echoes of tragedies that haunt the land. The very notion of a forbidden place sparks an innate human desire to understand, to unveil the hidden. What powerful secrets do these places hold that justify such extreme measures, such absolute exclusion? Do they guard forgotten histories, dangerous truths, or perhaps even the keys to our future? The questions linger, swirling like the mists around these enigmatic locales. Before we delve deeper into these mysteries, exploring the boundaries of human access and the reasons behind such strict prohibitions, take a moment. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. Your perspective adds another layer to this global exploration of the unknown. Our first journey, beyond this introductory glance, takes us to an island where nature itself, through the hands of its ancient inhabitants, exacts a deadly toll on intruders, a place where the very act of approaching can mean certain death. The North Sentinel Island stands as a stark, emerald jewel in the Andaman Sea, an almost impossibly pristine landscape that simultaneously beckons and repels. It is home to one of Earth's last uncontacted tribes, the Sentinelese, a people whose existence challenges the very fabric of our interconnected world. For millennia, they have maintained an absolute, unwavering isolation, a testament to their fierce independence and an absolute refusal to engage with the outside world. Their story is not one of gentle retreat, but of active, often deadly, resistance against any perceived intrusion. The historical record is littered with tragic failures of contact, each attempt met with the same unwavering hostility. From the early 19th century British colonial expeditions, which often resulted in the kidnapping and subsequent death of Sentinelese individuals, to more recent, well-intentioned but ultimately disastrous encounters, the message from the island has always been clear: stay away. In 1981, a cargo ship, the Primrose, ran aground on the island's reefs. Its crew watched in horror as the Sentinelese gathered on the beach, armed with bows and arrows, ready to defend their territory. Only a desperate storm and the eventual rescue by helicopter saved them from a confrontation they would surely have lost. The Sentinelese themselves remain an enigma. Their language is unknown, their social structures largely unobserved, their daily lives a mystery to the rest of humanity. Their existence is a living fossil, a window into a past untouched by the agricultural revolutions, industrial ages, and digital transformations that have swept across the rest of the globe. Their survival hinges entirely on their self-imposed isolation, a fragile balance maintained through generations of deliberate non-engagement. Recognizing the futility and danger of forced contact, the Indian government has adopted a strict, hands-off policy. This policy, fiercely enforced, designates North Sentinel Island and its surrounding waters as an exclusion zone. It is illegal for anyone to approach within several miles of its shores. This protective measure serves a dual purpose. It safeguards the Sentinelese from external diseases to which they have no immunity, a common tragic consequence of contact with isolated tribes, and it protects potential visitors from the tribe's lethal defense mechanisms. The motivations behind this isolation are profoundly humanitarian. Their continued existence as an uncontacted people is crucial for their survival, shielding them from the unseen dangers that our world, despite its advancements, inadvertently carries. The tragic fate of John Allen Chau serves as a chilling modern-day testament to the effectiveness and necessity of this policy. In 2018, Chau, an American missionary, paid local fishermen to transport him illegally to the island, driven by a fervent desire to bring Christianity to the tribe. Despite repeated warnings and even initial arrow attacks, he persisted, believing he was on a divine mission. His body was later sighted by the fishermen, buried on the beach by the very people he had sought to convert. His death underscored the profound dangers of ignoring the island's boundaries and the tribe's determined resolve. But beyond the tribal arrows, beyond the clear warnings and the tragic personal accounts, what other invisible threats lurk on this forbidden shore? The answer lies not just in the visible human resistance, but in the unseen biological warfare that our world inadvertently wages. A common cold, a seemingly innocuous flu, or even a simple bacterial infection could decimate the entire Sentinelese population, whose immune systems have never encountered such pathogens. The island, therefore, is not merely forbidden by human decree, but by the very laws of nature, protecting a unique human legacy from the unintended consequences of our modern existence. From a remote island, fiercely guarded by its ancient inhabitants, our journey takes a stark turn to a city frozen in time, a chilling monument where human presence is not merely unwelcome, but a crime against the very fabric of nature and safety. This is Pripyat, the ghost city within the Chernobyl exclusion zone, a name that echoes with the dread of humanity's gravest technological misstep. On April 26, 1986, the world witnessed the catastrophic meltdown of reactor number 4 at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, unleashing an invisible enemy that forever altered the landscape and the lives of millions. This enemy is radiation, a silent, pervasive killer that defies the immediate senses. Unlike the Sentinelese arrows, radiation leaves no visible wound upon impact, but its insidious touch corrupts from within, rewriting the genetic code, sowing the seeds of disease, and condemning generations to come. Its lingering presence remains the ultimate guardian of the Chernobyl exclusion zone, an area spanning thousands of square kilometers around the defunct plant. The long-term effects of this invisible adversary are still being monitored, a somber, ongoing experiment in human resilience and environmental recovery. The zone is a stark reminder that some wounds inflicted upon the earth and upon ourselves may never truly heal. Within this vast, contaminated expanse lies Pripyat, a city built to house the workers of the Chernobyl plant and their families. It was once a vibrant, modern Soviet city, boasting schools, hospitals, a cultural palace, and even an amusement park, all abruptly abandoned in a matter of hours. Today, Pripyat stands as a haunting tableau of urban decay, a chilling monument to human error. Ferris wheels rust in perpetual silence, children's toys lie scattered in deserted classrooms, and apartment buildings crumble, their windows staring blankly at an overgrown, reclaiming wilderness. Nature, indifferent to human tragedy, has begun to erase the lines of civilization, reclaiming streets and buildings with an eerie, verdant embrace. The city is a poignant, terrifying museum, its exhibits frozen in the moment of sudden, forced evacuation. Entry into the Chernobyl exclusion zone, and especially Pripyat, is strictly forbidden without official permission. Patrols, both human and technological, maintain constant vigilance, preventing unauthorized access. The reasons are multifold: to protect curious but ill-informed individuals from the continuing danger of radiation hotspots, to prevent looting and vandalism of historical artifacts, and to carefully manage the ongoing decommissioning and environmental monitoring efforts. despite the stringent controls, the allure of the forbidden, the morbid fascination with catastrophe, draws some to defy these warnings. These are the stalkers, adventurers who risk radiation exposure, fines, and imprisonment to trespass into the zone, seeking a glimpse into this unique post-apocalyptic landscape. What drives their defiance? Is it a thirst for forbidden knowledge, a desire to witness history firsthand, or perhaps a subconscious yearning to confront the stark realities of human vulnerability? The zone guards not only the physical remnants of a devastating accident, but also the potential for further unseen dangers. Beyond the well-known narratives of the meltdown, whispers persist of dark experiments conducted within the Soviet era, of forgotten secrets buried deep within the plant's ruins or the sprawling, abandoned scientific facilities nearby. What other mysteries, what other potentially hazardous legacies might still be hidden within its irradiated heart, silently awaiting discovery or perhaps eternal oblivion? The very air within the exclusion zone seems to hum with untold stories, a silent testament to a past that refuses to be forgotten and a future that remains perpetually uncertain. Not all forbidden places are about danger or secrecy. Some are about safeguarding our collective future. Far removed from the irradiated silence of Chernobyl and the tribal arrows of North Sentinel Island, nestled deep within the icy embrace of the Arctic, lies a fortress of life, a testament to humanity's foresight and a stark reminder of our vulnerabilities. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, often dubbed the Doomsday Vault, an impregnable sanctuary built into the permafrost of a remote Norwegian island. Its purpose is profound and singular: to serve as a global insurance policy against catastrophe, preserving the genetic diversity of the world's food crops. Imagine a colossal subterranean ark, not for animals, but for the very essence of our sustenance. Billions of seeds, representing millions of unique crop varieties from every corner of the earth, are meticulously packaged and stored in cold, dry conditions, deep within the mountain. These tiny kernels hold the blueprints for our agricultural future, a silent promise against famine, disease, and environmental collapse. The vault is a beacon of hope against a backdrop of increasing climate instability and biodiversity loss. Access to this vital repository is, by design, incredibly restricted. It is not a public museum, nor even a research facility in the traditional sense. Entry is granted only to essential personnel, the few dedicated scientists and technicians responsible for its maintenance, and, on rare occasions, representatives from depositing nations bringing new seed samples. The seeds themselves are rarely accessed once deposited. The philosophy is one of ultimate preservation, a last resort. Each nation that deposits seeds retains ownership and access to their own samples. But the vault itself is a neutral, global asset, guarding against localized disasters that might wipe out a country's entire seed collection. The entire operation is a delicate dance between international cooperation and sovereign protection. The motivation behind such an extraordinary undertaking is rooted in a deep understanding of ecological fragility and the critical importance of genetic diversity for humanity's survival. In a world increasingly shaped by monoculture farming, where vast fields are dedicated to a single crop variety, the risk of widespread crop failure due to a new pest, disease, or extreme weather event becomes alarmingly high. Should such a disaster strike, wiping out a vital food source, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault would provide the genetic material needed to restart agriculture, to breed new, resilient varieties, and to reclaim our food security. It is a proactive defense against the unpredictable whims of nature and the unforeseen consequences of human activity. The vault faces its own unique set of challenges, a constant battle against the natural elements of its Arctic home and the potential threats from a changing world. While the permafrost provides natural refrigeration, the structure must withstand potential melting due to climate change, requiring sophisticated engineering and constant monitoring. The remote location, while offering security, also presents logistical hurdles for maintenance and new deposits. Beyond environmental concerns, the vault represents a global treasure, requiring robust physical and digital security measures to protect its invaluable contents from any form of interference, whether accidental or malicious. It is a fortress, yes, but one whose defenses are as much against the subtle creep of time and environmental degradation as they are against any overt threat. But what global threats are we truly preparing for that necessitate such a fortress of life hidden away in the frozen north? Are these merely precautions against predictable agricultural blights and climate shifts, or do they speak to a deeper, more existential anxiety? The very existence of the Svalbard Global Seed Vault whispers of scenarios far grander and more devastating than a bad harvest. It hints at a future where entire ecosystems might collapse, where wars or pandemics could decimate populations and infrastructure, leaving humanity to rebuild from scratch. It is a silent acknowledgement that our civilization, for all its advancements, remains inherently fragile, and that the seeds of our future must be protected with unwavering resolve. The vault stands as a stark, cold reminder that the most valuable treasures are often the smallest, and that the greatest acts of preservation are sometimes conducted in the most remote and forbidden corners of our world. From the frozen north, where the future of humanity's sustenance lies dormant in millions of seeds, our journey now takes a dramatic turn, guiding us to the very heart of Rome, a place where centuries of knowledge and faith intertwine. Here, nestled within the ancient walls of Vatican City, lies an institution both revered and misunderstood, the Vatican Secret Archives. The very name evokes images of clandestine meetings and suppressed truths, fueling countless theories of hidden revelations that could reshape our understanding of history, religion, and perhaps even ourselves. Despite the popular misconception of a secret archive, a place where only the Pope and a select few can tread, the reality is more nuanced. The official name, Archivio Segreto Vaticano, translates more accurately to Vatican Private Archives, signifying its direct ownership by the Pope rather than a clandestine nature. Yet its accessibility remains rigorously controlled, creating an aura of exclusivity that only intensifies public intrigue. Within its colossal, climate-controlled vaults and labyrinthine shelves reside an estimated 85 kilometers of shelving, holding billions of documents, papal bulls, correspondence, financial records, and historical treaties spanning over 12 centuries. This vast repository chronicles not only the history of the Catholic Church, but also a significant portion of global history, offering unparalleled insights into diplomacy, science, art, and the intricate web of human affairs. Access to this unparalleled collection is not granted lightly. Researchers seeking entry must possess impeccable academic credentials, typically a doctoral degree, and present a specific, well-defined research proposal. Even then, entry is limited to a mere 150 scholars per day, who are granted access to specific documents only after a meticulous review process. The Vatican's motivation for such stringent controls is multifaceted. Primarily, it is about the preservation of irreplaceable historical artifacts, some dating back to the 8th century. These delicate documents require specialized handling and an environment free from the wear and tear of casual public access. Furthermore, the archives serve as the historical memory of the Holy See, safeguarding theological doctrine, diplomatic records, and the internal workings of an institution that has shaped civilizations. It is a testament to the Church's commitment to historical continuity and the meticulous stewardship of its heritage. Yet, it is precisely this rigorous control that fuels the persistent rumors of suppressed truths and controversial revelations hidden within the archives. Conspiracy theories abound, suggesting that the Vatican conceals evidence of alien contact, the true history of biblical figures, or even documents that could fundamentally challenge established religious dogma. From Galileo's trial proceedings to letters from Abraham Lincoln, the archives undoubtedly hold documents of immense historical significance, some of which could indeed be sensitive or controversial. However, the notion of a single, world-altering secret waiting to be unearthed often overshadows the more mundane yet equally valuable historical scholarship that the archives facilitate. Scholars who gain access often report the immense challenge of sifting through sheer volume rather than encountering deliberately hidden conspiracies. The true intrigue of the Vatican Secret Archives lies not necessarily in a single explosive revelation, but in the collective weight of its contents. Each parchment, each letter, each decree represents a piece of a global jigsaw puzzle, offering profound insights into the human condition across millennia. What world-altering information might indeed be hidden within its ancient walls, awaiting discovery by a patient and persistent scholar, or perhaps destined for eternal silence, its significance unrecognized or simply too vast to comprehend? The archives stand as a silent guardian of human memory, a forbidden treasure trove of knowledge that continues to inspire awe, speculation, and an insatiable desire to peer beyond its guarded threshold. Its very existence reminds us that history is not just a collection of facts, but a living, breathing narrative, much of which remains locked away, tantalizingly out of reach. From the ancient, hallowed halls of the Vatican, where secrets whisper through centuries-old parchments, our journey now propels us across continents to a location shrouded in far more modern mystery: the Nevada desert. Here, under the vast, unblinking eye of the American sky, lies a name that has become synonymous with ultimate secrecy and boundless speculation: Area 51. For decades, this remote U.S. Air Force facility, officially known as Homey Airport or Groom Lake, existed as little more than a phantom on maps, a blank space that fueled the wildest theories and ignited the imaginations of millions. It is the ultimate forbidden territory, a place where the very air seems to hum with unspoken truths and guarded technologies. Officially, Area 51 was established in the 1950s as a testing ground for experimental aircraft, most notably the U-2 spy plane during the Cold War. Its purpose, as stated by the government after decades of outright denial, revolved around the development and testing of advanced aerial reconnaissance platforms and weapons systems. This official narrative, however, has consistently clashed with the public perception of the site. For generations, Area 51 has been the epicenter of alien conspiracy theories, a magnet for countless UFO sightings, and the alleged site of government cover-ups involving extraterrestrial technology and even alien beings. The desert surrounding it became a pilgrimage site for believers, a canvas onto which humanity projected its deepest fears and wildest hopes about life beyond Earth. The security measures surrounding Area 51 are legendary and unequivocally extreme. The perimeter is guarded by motion sensors, ground sensors, and an omnipresent network of surveillance cameras. Patrolling camouflaged guards, often referred to as camo dudes, monitor every inch of the fence line, their vehicles equipped with sophisticated tracking equipment. Warnings plastered on fences are stark and unambiguous. Restricted area, photography prohibited, and most chillingly, use of deadly force authorized. This isn't merely a suggestion, it's a stark declaration that unauthorized entry carries the gravest consequences. A vast no-fly zone extends over the facility, making aerial reconnaissance by civilians impossible. For anyone attempting to breach its defenses, the message is clear: you are not welcome, and your life is at risk. The motivation behind such extreme secrecy, even beyond the official explanations, can be attributed to national security and the relentless pursuit of technological advantage. In the high-stakes game of global power, maintaining an edge in military aviation and defense technology is paramount. Area 51 provided a secluded, secure environment where groundbreaking, often revolutionary projects could be developed away from prying eyes, both foreign and domestic. The secrecy allowed for rapid prototyping and testing without the political or public scrutiny that might have hampered progress. It was a crucible of innovation, where the future of aerial warfare was forged in silence. Yet, despite decades of steadfast government denial, a significant shift occurred in 2013 when the CIA officially acknowledged the existence of Area 51 and declassified documents detailing its history as a U-2 spy plane test site. This acknowledgement, while confirming the official narrative, did little to quell the more fantastical theories. If anything, it only intensified the curiosity gap. What compelled the government to finally break its silence after so many years? Was it a calculated move to manage public perception, or merely a response to overwhelming evidence and sustained public pressure? For many, the partial admission only confirmed that if the government had lied about its existence for so long, what else might it be hiding? The enduring enigma of Area 51 continues to captivate, The vastness of the Nevada desert, the stark warnings, and the tantalizing possibility of the unknown combine to create an atmosphere of unparalleled intrigue. What technological marvels, far beyond the U-2 and SR-71 Blackbird, truly lie beneath the Nevada desert? Are there indeed remnants of crashed alien spacecraft, reverse-engineered propulsion systems, or even living extraterrestrial beings? Or is it simply a highly advanced, albeit earthly, research and development facility, its mystique carefully cultivated to deter espionage and protect cutting-edge military secrets? The answers remain locked behind layers of barbed wire, advanced surveillance, and the unwavering resolve of those sworn to protect its deepest secrets. Area 51 stands as a testament to humanity's endless fascination with the unknown, a forbidden zone that continues to beckon, whispering tales of what might be, just beyond our reach. Our journey has taken us across continents and oceans, from the remote, fiercely guarded shores of North Sentinel Island to the silent, irradiated ruins of Pripyat, and from the life-preserving vaults of Svalbard to the ancient, cryptic archives of the Vatican. We have peered into the heavily guarded secrets of Area 51, a place where advanced technology and extraterrestrial speculation intertwine. This quick journey through some of the most forbidden places on Earth reveals a tapestry woven with common threads: protection, secrecy, danger, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge or power. Each location, in its own unique way, highlights the complex relationship between humanity and the boundaries it imposes upon itself or has imposed upon it. The reasons for these prohibitions are as varied as the places themselves. On North Sentinel Island, the barrier is one of cultural preservation and health, protecting an uncontacted tribe from the devastating impact of modern diseases and assimilation. In Chernobyl, the invisible enemy of radiation dictates the terms of entry, a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both innovation and catastrophic error. Svalbard's Fortress of Seeds represents a proactive measure, safeguarding our future against unforeseen global calamities, demanding strict access for the greater good. The Vatican archives, while not entirely secret, restrict entry to preserve priceless historical documents and maintain the integrity of academic research. Finally, Area 51 embodies national security, a crucible for advanced military technology shrouded in layers of secrecy to maintain strategic advantage. Yet, despite these formidable barriers, humanity's innate desire to explore, to uncover, and to challenge boundaries remains irrepressible. We are drawn to the forbidden, perhaps because it represents the edge of our understanding, the limits of our control. This curiosity, while driving progress, often clashes with the ethical dilemmas inherent in restricted access. Is there a universal right to know that supersedes national security, cultural preservation, or environmental protection? The answer, as these forbidden zones demonstrate, is rarely simple. The balance between safeguarding vulnerable populations, protecting critical resources, and fostering open knowledge is a delicate one, constantly shifting under the weight of competing interests. The cost of knowledge, or rather, the cost of unrestricted access, is a recurring theme. For the Sentinelese, contact brought disease and death. For those who ignored the warnings at Chernobyl, radiation meant illness and a shortened life. The extreme measures taken at these sites, and others like them, are not arbitrary impositions, but often calculated responses to real, tangible threats. They force us to confront the uncomfortable truth that some knowledge, some places, and some interactions carry a price too high to pay. As we conclude our exploration, a profound reflection emerges. What does it truly mean for humanity to have places we are simply not allowed to enter? It means acknowledging limits, respecting boundaries, and perhaps accepting that not every mystery is meant to be solved, at least not yet. These forbidden zones serve as powerful metaphors for the unknown that still exists in our increasingly interconnected world. They are stark reminders that despite our technological advancements and insatiable drive for discovery, there are still realms that remain beyond our reach, guarded by forces both natural and man-made. Are these forbidden zones protecting us from unimaginable dangers, shielding us from truths we are not yet ready to face? Or are they merely hiding secrets that, if revealed, could fundamentally alter our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. The boundaries of our world remain, for now, impenetrable, whispering tales of what lies beyond the threshold, forever inviting speculation and fueling the enduring human fascination with the forbidden. The answers, perhaps, lie not in breaching these barriers, but in understanding why they exist and what they teach us about the complex, often dangerous nature of our own boundless curiosity.